Hey guys, Danny Payar here with my weekly cybersecurity tip video. Just before I get started with this one, you may be noticing right there in the corner, that's my dog. Before we got started, I asked him politely to either get in the shot with me or to leave the room, and he didn't want to do either. And since I let him do whatever he wants, he's gonna be joining us really kind of not doing very much. So in case you're wondering, that's my dog, Toby. Anyways, for this week's video, I want to talk about two issues that are plaguing society with regards to the threats and the vulnerabilities brought on by the digital age. And the first issue is one that I talk about often, and that is that we as a society keep getting tricked by the bad guys. And it's not to say that we are not secure. I think humans by nature, animals by nature, are very secure. We just really need to know what it is that we need to protect. An example that I talk about to prove this point often is picture yourself in a dark alley, you got a wad of cash on you, you don't feel safe about the environment. Are you gonna take that cash out of your pocket and start counting and showing everyone? No, of course you're not. But what happens when the bad guys don't want your cash? What happens when the bad guys want something that you couldn't fathom to protect? It certainly makes it harder to protect when we don't know what it is we're supposed to protect. Also, what happens when that obviously dangerous environment is not so obvious, when it's not a dark alleyway? What happens when it's your home? What happens when it's in your bedroom because you're online somewhere? We don't think to have our wits about us because the environments that are dangerous are seemingly also very comfortable to us. I'm talking about an online environment. Now, that's one of the issues that I want to discuss. The other issue, of course, is as organizations try to put a stop to this, they try to hire cybersecurity professionals to say, hey, let's help protect ourselves. They are finding a hard time finding the appropriate skill set. Why? Because there is a massive skills shortage in the cybersecurity industry. I first noticed this back in 2009 when I was running a cybersecurity team and I had an open headcount and I couldn't find anyone for that headcount. And this was before I ever read a single stat about this, and the problem has only gotten worse since 2009. What I think is I think we can at least partially solve both of those problems, the problem of an unprepared society and the problem of a cybersecurity skills shortage, from the same place, and that is to educate the future generation of internet users about cybersecurity. I really think that our future leaders are the answer to this. By educating them, we are going to be preparing the future society to learn how to protect themselves from the dangers brought on by the digital world, but we also may entice them to look at the world of cybersecurity as a career. I got a document that talks about how to go about preparing the future leaders for this kind of world. If you want it, let me know. And that's really it for me. I really think that if we do this, this could really help change things in the next 20 years. You know, when I think about back in the 80s, littering was almost like a hobby. It's like, hey, what are you gonna do today? I don't know, I'm gonna go litter. Right? Whereas now, with enough education, with enough people talking about how bad that is, littering's really become taboo. You don't really see it unless somebody does it by accident. I really think that we can achieve that with the problems, the threats, and the vulnerabilities brought on by this world with enough education of the future generation. Let me know if you want that document. That's it for me. Stay well, stay safe. We're going to get through this together.